Following a violent carjacking spree in and around the nation's capital, tonight Washington, D.C. is remembering a community leader. The family of Mike Gill says he was shot Monday in his own vehicle and later died. His wife writing, "The father of three's sudden departure has left a void in our lives that can never be filled." Last week's series of attacks, just the latest in a rash of carjackings nationwide. In Oakland, California, this car swerved, blocking the road as a suspect gets out, pulling a gun on this approaching driver, who eventually drives away. And in nearby San Francisco, this car caught on camera flying through trees, flipping over and crash landing. That vehicle was also carjacked. Despite these headlines, the latest FBI data actually shows an overall drop in violent crime from January through September last year compared to 2022. That category includes carjackings. The FBI data shows auto thefts, however, did increase in larger American cities. Washington, D.C., however, is not in line with the national trend of violent crimes decreasing. In October, a congressman was carjacked about a mile from the U.S. Capitol.
I looked to the left, somebody had a gun. To the right, somebody had a gun. I had a third guy behind me. You got to stay calm.
Last year, homicides, sex abuse, assaults with a dangerous weapon, and robberies were all up in the city compared to 2022. And now Washington is under the microscope again, following the death of Gill, who had previously worked in the Trump administration. The former president writing, "Gill was a special person. His family and friends are devastated. The federal government must take over D.C." Ongoing challenges for a major U.S. city that tonight is again reeling from senseless violence. Jesse Kirsch, NBC News.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.